The guests of the night. The thrill of adventure in the dead of night often sparks strange and reckless ideas in the minds of young people. My children were no different. Enthralled by horror movies, they often discussed eerie and mysterious scenes, debating whether such events could ever happen in reality. One fateful night, curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to investigate the unknown for themselves. At the top of our house was an old storage room, a place that had been abandoned for years. It was cluttered with forgotten belongings and dusty furniture, but there were also whispers, stories passed down in hushed voices about strange happenings in that very room. No one ever paid much attention to these rumors, but that night, my children decided to uncover the truth. The silent darkness of the roof. It was a cold, moonless night. Clouds loomed over the sky, and a chilly wind howled through the streets. At precisely 2 a.m, my children crept up the stairs, their mobile phones clutched tightly in their hands. Each step creaked under their weight, echoing through the stillness of the house. It felt as though they were not alone, as if unseen eyes were watching their every move. When they reached the rooftop, they found the storage room's door looming before them. It was an old wooden door with a rusted lock, untouched for years. Just as they placed their hands on it, a sudden chill ran down their spines. The lock, which should have been jammed shut, moved with an unsettling ease. Before they could process what was happening, the door creaked open on its own. Inside, pitch darkness swallowed everything. The faint glow of their mobile flashlights revealed cobweb-covered furniture, an old wooden chair, and a half-open trunk resting in the corner. As they stepped closer, an eerie whisper echoed through the room. "Why have you come here?" Their blood turned to ice. The haunting whispers. Terrified, they turned around, shining their lights in every direction. There was no one there. Perhaps it was just their imagination? Mustering their courage, they approached the trunk. The air grew heavy, thick with an unsettling presence. Then, without warning, the door behind them slammed shut with a deafening bang. Panic gripped them as the temperature in the room plummeted. A shadow began to form on the wall, tall and ominous, with eyes that glowed like burning embers. That was enough. Screaming, they bolted toward the door, yanking it open with all their strength, and ran down the stairs as fast as their legs could carry them. A nightmare or reality? That same night, their mother, my wife, had a chilling dream. She saw her children running down the stairs, terror-stricken, while 2 mysterious figures followed closely behind. One was cloaked in swirling darkness, its face indistinguishable. The other was tall and draped in flowing robes, but it did not walk. It floated, its feet never touching the ground. Just as the children reached the last step, their mother appeared in front of them, arms outstretched as if forming a barrier between them and the eerie entities. She gathered all her courage and demanded, "Who are you, and why are you chasing my children?" For a moment, there was silence. Then, in a cold whisper, one of the figures responded. "They disturbed us. They entered our world when they should not have. And so, we followed them." With a calm yet firm voice, she said, "They will never do it again. Now leave them alone." The figures remained still, their hollow eyes staring into hers. Then, without another word, they turned and dissolved into the darkness. The horror that never ended. My wife woke up with a racing heart, drenched in sweat. She immediately called the children and asked if they had done anything unusual that night. Initially hesitant, they finally admitted to sneaking onto the roof and opening the storage room. Upon hearing this, her face went pale. She warned them never to do such a thing again. There are other beings in this world, just as we exist. We should never disturb them, or the consequences can be dire. But the nightmare did not end there. For several nights afterward, my children experienced restless sleep. They would wake up gasping for breath, feeling as if someone was whispering in their ears. Then one night, just as the clock struck 3, 3 loud knocks echoed through our house. When we opened the door, there was no one there. Even today, the thought of that night sends shivers down their spine. They learned a lesson they would never forget. Some doors are meant to stay closed, and some secrets should remain in the dark.